everybody. You guys, you know what? I be dancing off camera to the little jam. I be getting my groove on. So tonight the subject is juicy and good, practical and useful. And I have just a girl to help navigate us through this crazy world of a Prince Charming turn into a full-fledged big bad wolf. I have my girl Shannon Savoy from Narc Free Living, and we're going to go over the top 5 things that makes a guy look like a Prince Charming, but really it is a narcissist in disguise. Hey, Miss Shannon.
Hey, how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so glad you're here with me.
Good. I'm glad to be here too. This conversation is good.
Yes. Look what I got hanging out at the bottom. Prince Charming turned into the big bad wolf.
I saw that. I just shared it on my page. I'm gonna go live on my page and just see.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And then you know that song, I think it was Tamara who sang it. There's a stranger in my bed.
Yes, Tamia.
Oh, it's Tamia.
Yeah, stranger in my house or bed or whatever.
No, yes, a stranger in my house. That's what it is. Go ahead and hit those notes for us.
Girl. Look, I would run everybody away. Look at that, I almost did it. I was like,
He was like,
I had to catch myself.
Auto tunes.
Right. Like
Come get us together.
Right. You don't want it. You don't want it.
I don't want none of that.
Don't want none of that.
All right. So I'm gonna hit up the first one that comes to my mind. Check this out.
Okay.
Overly concerned when you don't answer his calls.
Ooh. What you want me to say about that? You want me to give you a scenario?
I'm gonna give you a scenario.
Okay. I have some scenarios for you too.
Oh, give me yours. Give it to me.
So I'm in a meeting. So just pictures, I'm in a military officer, just handling my business, professional. And phone is ringing, 18 missed calls.
Ooh.
18. 18, Erica.
18.
Yes. So I'm like, what is this? What is going on? Is the house on fire? Oh, you in there with such and such. I'm in a meeting, fool. I'm in a meeting. Yes. So those are the things that if you don't know, if you are not healed, you think that that's cute. You think that that's cute when somebody is blowing up your phone 18 times. Now I knew something was wrong. I've been knowing something with that. I knew that I was, by then, I didn't know it was a sociopath, but I knew something was wrong. So absolutely. Yeah. So
and you want to know what? When we first in the relationship, you think it's cute.
Yeah, you don't know any better.
Girl, he always calling me. Girl, look at him. He blowing up my phone.
Right.
Look, 18 calls. Look.
Right.
My girlfriends.
No, you don't know any better. That is not love. That is, I'll wait, but that is not love. It is something wrong because a normal person will just wait, because now I can see when you call, you know what I mean? I can see when you call. So maybe I'm in a meeting, maybe you're busy. It could be a lot of things. You could be in a place where you can't answer your phone, but to a person who is unhealed, you might think that is cute for somebody to call you excessively and always want to be connected to you. But there's definitely something wrong with someone who does that. Absolutely.
And then that aggression, that aggressiveness, or that feeling that you have to have an explanation.
Yes. Yeah. It makes you feel like a child, like you're a whole grown woman and you have to explain yourself. And when you're in a healthy relationship, like that just comes naturally. Like, you know what? I'm running to the store, I'm running some errands. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, go handle your business. But when you're in an unhealthy relationship, it's like, oh, you weren't where you were supposed to be. You're like, But because you might another errand might come up or something like that. Somebody may call you. You may sit in your car talking or something like that. Oh, but with the unhealthy person, you are on a clock. You are on a clock.
Exactly. So that feeling. And then I'm gonna throw this, I'm gonna throw
Here
this.
you go, Erica.
It's not bad, but
okay.
When somebody creates a unnecessary emergency for you, you know, it is a created emergency. It's a basic lie. I've had anything from, oh my God, I lost my dog. I had a fake illness.
Yes.
A fake illness. It's just made up drama. And then once you pull out the pieces, you're like, what?
Right. So they will use anybody like that who is emotionally manipulative. They will use their cat died, the dog died, their aunt, their grandmother. They will use deaths. They will use their children. They will use like anything. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful when somebody is an emotional abuser, because they take your empathy and they take your sympathy and they abuse that, and they use your emotions to their advantage in order to keep you in the cycle of dysfunction and abuse. So
yes, keeping you in the cycle. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping you in the cycle of dysfunction. And so I guess what I would tell the past me, verify,
Yes,
just,
absolutely.
and not like an inspector, but like if someone loses their dog or their aunt dies, or their mama had to, go to the emergency room in a, urgent fashion, you're not going to go investigate all around, but the next time you're in the collective with the family and whatnot, just
So how is Aunt Aunt Jane doing? Because I heard she was sick, or is she doing okay? And if they look at you like, then maybe.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that you said if they look at you, because he may have not got an opportunity to tell them, but the family sometimes is in the game, and so they'll be like, oh yeah.
Right. Yes. That family, most of the time, if somebody, and that's sad to say, but especially if they're narcissistic or something like that, it's a system. It is and they protect one another. Trust me, I grew up in that. So we protected that thing, until I came out of that system. But you are there to protect the name, to protect the image, and to protect one another at all costs.
Yeah. Exactly. So you'll get caught up in something and not even know it. And they just think, I'm just helping my brother out, my cousin out, whoever. Not knowing that he's really spending you up in his wills. They probably think he protected him from cheating or something.
Right. And I was that is what we call a flying monkey, or an enabler. And I was an enabler for years, and it never dawned on me, because I was groomed to think that I'm protecting, I was groomed to be loyal at all costs. So that was nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. Okay. Check this one. He comes to your job unannounced with gifts. That's so sweet. Oh, I just love that. Look what my boo got me.
Yeah. You want me to say something about it?
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, like if that's your husband or somebody you've been with for a long time, that you've established that this is a healthy relationship. But to somebody you just met, no, that's crossing boundaries. That's kind of like marking your territory. Like at work, who is your office husband? Let me see who your office husband is. I want your office husband to know that I'm coming in here now. So I want everybody in your office to know that I am that guy, so you have to be careful about that.
I think you hit the points on the head. And in my mind, I'm imagining you just met this guy, right? You just met this guy. Maybe you went out on, 3 or 4 dates.
Yes.
So at this point, you've told him enough information where he knows where you live, but I mean, sorry, where you work and all of this, but you haven't really introduced him.
Right.
So it could appear to be romantic. It could be. It could appear to be romantic because you've gotten close, but he just pops up out of the wild blue on your job, looking good, smelling good, and just all charming and fine. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
flowers and candy.
Not the candy.
Yes, flower. No, you got you an edible arrangement. Thank you very much.
Oh. That edible, not the
Yes. The
right.
edible arrangement and the big one too, with all of the fruit, like at least 12 chocolate covered strawberries, plus all the other fruit around it,
Wow.
with
Oh,
the balloons and the flowers.
see
It's big, it's
now
nice, it's
that
right.
edible, that big edible costs a whole lot.
It sure does.
That's
It
like
sure does.
that $100.
Yes. Wait a minute. Let me tell you how much it is. It is $145 edible arrangement. That one right there.
Oh, so he's
The
coming in.
balloon, the flowers, and all the fruit. Yes.
Yeah. Still, a red flag has to be, I have to call a flag on the play. Like, especially if you just met, okay? Because what people do, that is designed to make it do what it just did. They're like, oh. So by the time he does something crazy, you're like, but he bought me this $100 edible. You know, he
Yeah.
came to my job. That means
Yes.
he likes me. He bought me these extravagant gifts. That means he's into me, right? No, it doesn't. So to somebody who you've been in a long-term relationship with, but to somebody you just met, no, that's a red flag. We're gonna call flag for play. Yeah.
I want you to do that after we've been going out 6 months, but I still want you to. I want you to call before you come.
Call before you come, right? Because that's even people who come to your house. Don't come. We can be knowing each other for years. Do not come to my house unannounced.
Say it again.
Do not come to my house unannounced, and don't go to Erica's either.
There we go. Okay.
Right. That's just a respect thing. I'm not coming to your house unannounced. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, okay, Erica, I might swing, or I'm gonna matter of fact, I can't just do that. I'm gonna ask you, is it okay? Is it okay if I stop by this? Matter of fact, are you busy? You know what I mean? You can't just show up at people's houses unannounced, even if you live in close proximity. No, you have to ask.
That's just some grown folks respect.
It is. It's respect of boundaries. Absolutely.
This is my thing. Just on that coming over the house situation, it's just like this. You get to make the decision that you want to see me, right?
Right. That's good.
I need to be able to make the decision that I want to see you too.
Right. Because maybe you've had a long day, maybe some, or maybe you just don't even want to be bothered. Like we always try to come up with excuses. No, like no is a complete sentence. No.
Exactly.
I
want to sit here and do nothing.
Right. Right. Especially if you're introverted. Like I'm an introvert. People think I'm an extrovert. But
me too.
Yeah. So I love my time to myself. I love my time with my family that's in this house. That doesn't mean that I want to spend an over amount of abundance of time with outsiders. You know what I mean? So I love my me time. That's how I recharge. Now, after we talk, Erica, as much as I love you, I've had a long day. So I'm going to go and recharge. I got to go recharge so I can do this again. Because it takes, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I just want to add this on, and we can probably do a whole show on this particular idea. I am a very empathetic person. And so I receive your energy. If you're around me, I'm receiving your energy. Okay. I'm very porous that way. So in order for me to hear and feel my own vibes, I have to be alone. I recharge alone.
Yes.
That's all it is. It doesn't have anything to do with me liking you, not like you, or whatever.
Mhm.
I need to be by myself with myself.
Right, right, because you enjoy your own company, and as
Yes.
somebody who, because it's almost like you go inside of yourself. You know what I mean? We kind of, I don't know if we are born that way or we're raised that way, or because of trauma, whatever reason it is. You know that's true. Like you just go inside yourself, and it's peaceful there. Like nobody's,
Yes.
you're
Yes.
able to sit alone by yourself.
Exactly. I need not to receive your energy,
Yeah.
because if you're there,
Yes.
I'm going to get your energy. What, and it's
Yeah.
just of energy that's different than mine. That's good, girl.
Yeah, that's good what you said about receiving energy, because that's what we do. We absorb, even if we don't want to. I don't even think we want to, and
Right.
we have to learn to be protective of that. And that's really,
Yes.
that's why you just can't come over. It's not that I
Exactly.
don't like you. It's just I have to be protective of this good energy, this good
Exactly.
spirit.
I got to have my boundaries, girl.
Right, gotta have your boundaries. Yes.
Okay. Here we go. He is overly concerned with your safety.
Mhm.
Okay. Wanting to know your exact whereabouts and exactly who you've been with. This may be under the guidelines of making sure you are safe.
Ooh. Okay.
Mhm.
So there's a fine line between protection and crazy. So, like, does it feel safe? Do you feel protected? Or does it feel like a parent is watching over you? Because we are fully grown adults. Now,
Mhm.
okay, so I'm married, but Solomon doesn't even, like, we don't have that. Where you going? Who you going with? I've dealt with that. That's what
Mhm.
it was like in my last in my previous marriage. So no, that, and I had to learn that was not love. You know, some people, when you're unhealed, you believe that overprotection is love. But as you heal, you really begin to learn that that is not. That is control, that is domination, that is power. They view you as their property, not through a lens of love. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's not love. That's something else.
I
Or
got a
something else
smooth
will hurt
criminal
you.
trick.
Mm-hmm.
I got a smooth criminal trick. Here you go. Check
Okay.
this out, baby. Baby. Let me take you where you're going. I just want to be your chauffeur today.
Yeah. Okay. It depends. It
Mm-hmm.
depends. It really depends. Because, you know, if you're in a close relationship, you have a healthy relationship, then that's okay. You know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
to spend the day together. But again, it's still up to you to be like, no, you know, no,
Mm-hmm.
I really just, you know, because I enjoy listening to my music or listen to my YouTube while I drive, you know. So it just depends, but it depends on the relationship. If you're with somebody who is overprotective, then no, because you're not gonna be at peace. You know, it's like you're uptight, like, you know. So I don't know. It just depends on if you want to do that. If you want the other person to come with you and you enjoy their company, then yes. But if not, if it feels smothering, if it feels like it's suffocating you, then no, don't do that. Yeah.
So I love it. And I think there's a big distinction between someone who you're in an established relationship with
Yes.
versus someone that you just met. And really, that's what I'm focusing on, because
Okay.
the people you just met them, but they have all of this real. I mean, they're Prince Charming. Girl, he don't even want me driving. Girl, he be picking me up, dropping me off.
Right. Oh, that's
Look,
good.
he
That's
blowing
good.
up my phone. He called me all the time. Girl, you saw that edible arrangement. Imagine me. I'm bragging about my man. We are Shannon. Girl, you said where you been? Say where you been.
Where
Shannon,
you
hey girl.
been? Where you been, Erica?
Oh my God, I told you. David is on me, girl. He be taking care of me. Let me tell you what the other day. Hold on. He calling me. He calling
Mm.
me right now.
He's calling.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna know. He always be blowing up my phone. Yes. But anyway, the other day he had brought this big, beautiful baby. When I say beautiful, I mean beautiful
Mhm.
edible arrangement. And you know, Tina was jealous, girl. She was all over my dress. and stuff, looking. I just kept on working, doing other
Right.
yes. And he had dropped me off because he had worked on my car for me, or took it in to go get it worked on. So I'm not really driving right now. He making sure everything.
So he's in your car?
No, he dropped it off at the shop for me.
Okay.
Because he had said he heard something and I didn't hear it.
Okay.
But I'm just glad I have him around, girl, taking care of me. Because I don't these days I don't have to worry about nothing. Just nothing. He be taking me everywhere and just, oh my God, he is such a prince.
This same conversation, this is not verbatim, but this happened. And somebody was explaining to me, like, this new guy. Oh, girl, they probably don't. But anyway, they were explaining this new person, right? And they were just gone. And I'm like, listen, and you hate to be like, you don't want to pop the bubble, but I'm just seeing red flags. She's seeing hearts, and I'm seeing red flags. Everything that you just said, the time, him wanting to come over to her place. I don't even know if she had seen his place. The car, and in her case, it was a car, and he was dropping her off. This is not baby boy. We are 40. We are in our 40s. Like, who does that? Why is a man dropping? Like, who does that?
Or, wait, now if a man that's a whole player move right there. If all of a sudden a man is driving your car, listen here.
Oh, you're not driving mine at all. Anybody know me? You ain't driving my car.
Exactly. That is all a baby boy right there. You said,
yeah, it is. It is.
I'm gonna go extra bonus. Listen, if the man's car breaks down, when you all first meet, y'all about 4 or 5 dates in, so this is a month and a half, and you got some trust in for him, okay? His car breaks down, the likelihood that wasn't his car in the first place. That was his cousin's car, his ex-girlfriend's car.
Right.
Or what?
Yes. Look, somebody in the comments, Maurice said, I'm definitely an introvert. That's a power trip. And that's the man coming from another man. So absolutely.
Yes. These men, girl, listen, I'm gonna tell you, do not let them drive your car. Okay. And also, absolutely do not let them move in your house and know they can't stay.
I hate that. That is, and I've been there. Like, don't let me sit up here. I've made like every mistake. That's why I can sit up here as owner of Narc Free Living and tell you, right, in my 45 years, I've done some stuff that I ain't have no business doing, but it has taught me some life lessons. But you are absolutely right. Moving in, if he doesn't have a place, like at the age we are, like, you should be established. And if you're not there, don't date. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be single while you work on yourself. You know what I mean? It is perfectly okay. So if he has to move in with you, no, baby girl, we're not doing that no more. I'm
gonna tell you, it's not like that. It didn't happen like that. The problem is, it never happens like, I have to move in with you.
No, it's smooth.
It's smooth criminal. It's smooth criminal. Here's the following. I was staying with my mama because I was taking care of her because she was sick. Okay,
that's a good one.
So there's that one. Me and my boy was starting a business and we was roommates. So
roommate. Oh, that's so
right. But I'm just telling you, you got the roommate one. Okay. Yeah. So wait a minute. So here's another one.
Okay.
My pipes broke at my house. My pipes busted.
Oh, we have insurance.
Right, but I'm gonna need somewhere. I'm gonna need somewhere to stay while my pipes bust. I'm just saying, the homeowner problems.
Yeah, okay. The homeowner
problems. Okay. Now, you've never actually, maybe you did see this house, but all of a sudden, just something come up with it. It probably really wasn't his house.
It probably wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't his house.
Yeah. So let's be careful with that.
Exactly. So you a month and a half, you 2 months, 3 months into this relationship. Let me tell you something. If he needs to borrow money, if he needs somewhere to stay, if he needs to drive somebody's car, whoever he would have asked that for 2, 3 months ago before he met
That's
you, that's
right.
who you need to go
That's
ask right
right.
now.
Like, who was you gonna ask before you met me?
Exactly.
You know, so absolutely. The money is a big one. Money, no, you are not loaning out money. You know, you are not First Central or Bank of America. Absolutely not. No, no.
And ladies, I want you to know there is nothing wrong with being a ride or die for a man that's actually your man.
Oh, okay.
Your man. Not game player, runawayer. Not him.
Not the runner or track star.
No, yeah, exactly. Not the running track star, not him. So I'm just saying, guard your heart and
Yeah.
your finances against these guys that kind of pop into your life and
Mhm.
start needing and wanting stuff and start controlling
Mhm.
your what you've established. Don't do that.
What you've established.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
what you've established. Yeah. And it's tricky for women, you know, nowadays, because a lot of women are, you know, a lot of women are doing it. A lot of women are successful. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So when it's hard, Erica, because then when that man comes along, you don't want to be looked at as a gold digger or something like that. But I don't think it's anything wrong with dating on your level, whatever level you think that is, you know. And then if you're married, it's nothing wrong with establishing something together. But that's after you're married. You know what I mean? That's not why you're dating. I saw a video. First of all, the girl was proposing to the man. Then in
Mm-hmm.
another video, the girl bought him a deed to a business, wasn't, and he was ungrateful, embarrassed her. Like, why are you doing that? That is wife stuff. That is not girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, activities. So absolutely not.
Exactly. And as women, so bad we want to play house.
We do.
We really
Yes.
do.
'Cause a
And
lot of us see ourselves as wives. So we get those wifely benefits to boyfriends. Mm-mm.
exactly. And players and narcissists know these things.
They do.
They really do. So look, we swept in a little bit of player, but you know, they come up, they come run so close together. They
Yeah.
run so close
They
together.
do.
Okay, wait a minute. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's another one. Bam. Wanting to absorb all your time. Okay, to the point you remove yourself
Mm-hmm.
from important events and important tasks. You remove them out your schedule. Mm-hmm.
This is very common because when you are dating somebody, like you're in love, like love, lust, whatever you want to call it, you're
Yes.
temporarily insane. So, you know, you want to be around this person like all the time. That's normal, I think, for us as humans. We want that interaction, we want that bond, we want that connection. So we do it by spending a lot of time together. But it's so important that you remain yourself. You have to remain true to who you are. You know, when you go to canceling events, because the thing about narcissists and emotionally abusive people, they specialize in meshing you with them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a parent, whether it's whoever. So they essentially engulf or overshadow who you are when you are a whole complete person before. But then when that narcissist comes in there, whatever they like, whatever you like, whatever they like, you like, whatever, you know. So it's like it's hard to differentiate one from the other. So it's important to have that autonomy to remember who you are, even in a relationship. That way, when kids come along, when other things come along, you don't feel like you've lost yourself. I'm still me. I have two children, teenagers, who are one is in college, one is about to go to college. I'm still me. I'm married. I'm still me. I still go to my spa dates. I still go to my pedicures. I still do the things that I like to do. And then we do things as a family. Me and Simon do things separately. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's important to maintain yourself, even in marriage, even in dating, especially when you first start dating.
Exactly. Exactly. So wait a minute. Oh, Shannon, girl, you know, I'm sorry. I know I couldn't make the your birthday party, girl, but I couldn't. I couldn't. We just he just whisked me up, girl. He whisked me up, and before I knew it, we were on the beach. You didn't want me to miss Mr. Beast, girl, but I'm gonna get you back, girl. I'm gonna get you. I got your present though.
Yeah. So, and as a friend, like we get it. We know that feeling when our friend meets somebody. So we're gonna be understanding. But if it's a friend that you've known for a long time, you know what I mean, and this is something that you all talked about or whatever, then maybe you wanna go and support. But you know that you know, both of you have to be understanding. You know, you don't want to lose yourself, or people have been there for you for somebody else who just came in the picture. So especially that's not your spouse or something. So
Exactly. And you want to know what? One of these things necessarily by itself might not
yes,
be, he's the big bad wolf.
yeah,
But all of them wrapped up together. And if you listen to, our little fake phone call, it didn't sound so bad. Nothing sounds so bad.
yeah, yeah. But the thing with emotional, and that's why I always say the thing with people who are emotional Decepticons, as I call them, they,
Yes, girl.
they specialize in patterns. Okay. They never want you to figure out their patterns. They never want you to figure out their modus operandi. They never want you to figure out what their MO is. So they've done these things to other people. You're
Yes.
not the first person. You're cute, boo, but you're not special. Like Angela Bassett on Boys in the Hood. You're cute, but you're not. We special in our own way. But to people like this, you're not really special. You're a number. So they make patterns of going around doing this to people, but they never want you to figure out that this is how they operate. This is how they move from person to person doing these exact same things. So it's up to you to recognize the patterns and the red flags and not just look at these things in singularly. You got to look at things in totality and figure out the sum of the situation. And when you start to do that, you'll notice the red flags and you'll notice the patterns. But alone, it doesn't seem like too much.
Doesn't seem too bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna give you the piece de la resistance, and I want to know what you think. Because for me, all of these other ones that we went through, they were all grooming. But now I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you for real.
Okay.
Bam. Have you take risk or do something that is outside of your character that they will say something like, "This is our little secret." For example, nude selfies, playing submissive, role play, feel good drugs.
Yeah.
It's me and you, baby.
Yes. No. They're pushing your boundaries. It's not even about the nude pictures, or what they want to do is get you. If you said that you are a good Christian church girl, oh, they want to make sure that you're not. So they're gonna ask for the selfies. When they have plenty of selfies, trust, or plenty of nude photos. They do. They have a whole collection. But they want you to think that they don't, oh, I just want one of you. I just want to see those special pictures. No. So especially with a narcissist, if whatever you say that you are, they're going to try to turn you from being that way. So if you say you are a Christian, they're going to try to push your morals and try to push you to do immoral things. And then that way it feels like, because they're trauma bonding with you, they're doing things with you that make it seem like you're special. And when you don't know who you are, you think that that's okay. You feel like, oh yes, it's just me and him. We just have this connection, not knowing that he's done this with other people. I see people a lot of times they bring someone else into the bedroom. They do all these things. The marriage bed is just defiled. Marriage people and people who are just dating. Somebody can just push your boundaries and push you to do things to bring another person in. That's essentially saying, like, you're not enough. I need to bring this other person. This is just how I do. Because what they do, even with the enemy, he always you give him an inch and he's taking a mile and a half, and it's never enough. It is never enough. So you have to be careful when people are pushing your boundaries beyond what you are comfortable with. And then they'll frame it in a way that you think it's your idea or something like that. So people like that, you got to get away from them.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is the ticket. It's outside of your character. That's the problem. So some people send nude selfies. That's what they do. No, I don't have no judgment. You want to send a nude selfie? Send a nude selfie. Okay. You want to have threesomes? Have threesomes. Do whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
My point is, it's outside of your normal,
Right.
your character. Okay. And so they'll have you do that. So let's pretend that this person is a fluid person. All right. They doing the nude selfies and they doing threesomes. They'll find something else for you to do. Baby, let's do ecstasy. Let's do,
Yes. Yes. It's never enough. Once you feed that beast, once you feed that, the sky is the limit. And they'll frame it in a way like, oh no, just this one time. No, this is it. If you give me this for my birthday, you give me this for my birthday, I won't ask you for anything ever again. And you're like, if you go down that rabbit hole, oh, buckle up, buttercup, because it's on. So you have to be careful, just what you said, when somebody is pushing your boundaries, it's just never enough. So you have to be careful what you sign up for, because they will push, and it'll leave you. Just think what that does to somebody when somebody wants you to invite somebody else into your space. When somebody they know that you don't do drugs, they know that you have a job maybe where you get tested or whatever it is, and they're pushing you. They're telling you that they don't care about your career. They don't care about your livelihood. It's all for them to have that little connection with you. So they don't really care about you.
I will give you one that happened to my client. Okay. It's not going to sound like a big deal, but it was a big deal to her and for her. She had no tattoos. Okay. This woman is 50 years old. She had no tattoos. And she had been grooving with this guy. She didn't even really want a tattoo, but now she has his name across her bottom, right at that bottom. And it was painful for her.
Yeah.
It took her some time to wake up, but now she sees what I was talking about. And she was like, oh my God, he did that to me.
Yeah.
He agreed to it.
Right. Did he put his name on her? I mean, did he? Yeah. So he just branded her as his property. That's all it was.
That's all it was. But he had been so good.
Yeah.
He had been so good, so loving, such a Prince Charming, but it flipped. It flipped. And I'm going to tell you exactly when it flipped. Right here up in the bonus round, girlfriend. She woke up after it was too late. She already had her title as, actually she was fiance at this point. They went really fast because, when you older, you mess around and get engaged so doggone fast. You engaged in 6 months, okay?
Yeah.
Because you think you know yourself, okay?
Right. But you have to be careful with that. I mean, my mom was married less than 6 months too. But the thing was, when you don't know, when you are on heels, Satan always sends you a counterfeit. He'll send you a counterfeit so you miss the real thing. But I got what you're saying about when you older, things move more quickly. But you have to be careful with that, because that narcissist, they want to move, that emotionally unhealthy person, they want to move in fast. They want things to go really fast so they can establish that soul tie trauma bond with you. So when, like I said before, when that stuff shows up, you're invested and you want a return on your investment. You want an ROI. So now you're invested in it and you don't want to leave. You want to get the most out of everything that you poured into that situationship.
Exactly. She didn't notice until she was right here, where they're in this big financial argument. And he was taking a failure to take responsibility about any of the problems that he had actually created. And that's when she started to wake up.
Yeah.
But she was full-fledged fiance by then.
Yeah. You're too invested. You didn't see the red flag. So now, And it's painful then.
Exactly. Had already told people she was getting married.
See, and that goes back to what you said before. So we have to be careful who we're bragging about. We have to be careful. Like in the beginning, oh girl, you know, it sounds all good because that same person that you're going to be bragging about with those red flags, now you're going to have to pick your face up off the floor and go tell those same people that this person is possibly narcissistic. And that's what people don't want to do. So they have that shame because they don't want to pull away from somebody after they've painted a picture of this person being all good. You know, so you gotta pick that egg up off your face, but it's better to pick that egg up off your face and get out of it than stay invested of it because of shame and guilt. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I would add to what you said is this: get your tribe together.
Find your 18.
Find your A team. I love that. Find your A team. The people, men and women now, that you can actually depend on. Yes. And even if you are full grown, take your new guy around your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they can see, because you looking at it with love, you got hearts in your eyes. And at least you need people who are going to be objective. Like, don't come to me unless you want to know the truth. People come to me all the time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm going to say it in love, but don't have me as your life coach, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. So you need people around you. If you want a yes person, I'm not going to do it. You know, but it's going to be said in love. And I think you're the same way. You know, you're going to tell the truth.
Hey, listen, I will find a very kind way.
Right. Oh, I know you will. Yes, you will.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Shannon, this has been, I'm just going to say it's been delicious, girl.
Yes. You want to do a bonus question? What is accountability? Let me address that. Can I address that?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So the accountability, when you see, this was one of the most mind-blowing things for me. Something could be right there in black and white, and this person was trying to gaslight the mess out of me. Like, I see it. And they will not say, they will not apologize, because narcissists are never, well, I won't say never. They'll apologize once they see that they're backed into a corner. They'll apologize. They'll have the tears. But once you see that somebody is not taking accountability, that is like major red flag for me. Like, that is the quickest way, friendship, whatever, partnership, whatever, I am out. Because when I mess up, I can say, you know what, Erica, I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. That was not my intent. How can I make it better? And I won't do that again because I see I've hurt you. You know, somebody with a narcissist, oh, you won't get that. Matter of fact, whatever you tell them that you were hurting from, they're going to double it and they're going to do worse. You know, so when somebody doesn't take accountability for their action, that is a major red flag. I teach that in my children. You know, you have to take accountability for your action. There may be consequences you know, associated with what you do. You can do what you want to do. We all have free will. God gave us all free will, but none of us evade the consequences of our actions. But people like that, they want you to take the blame, not them.
And I love the fact that you threw friends in there, because it's the same way. It's the same way. And the accountability thing, because the reality is this: if I have to spend a whole bunch of time convincing you where you were wrong, it's a wrap right there. I'm gonna save my breath. I'm not gonna tell you.
Erica, now I see that. And I did that with, Simon, continue. I did that with someone who I was kind of like in a partnership. Well, she kind of wrote me in. I don't know if she was a narcissist, but something was off and I knew it. And it was just what you said. It's slick. So she was, I don't know, she came in like kind of motherly and homely. So those are the type of narcissists you have to watch out for. Those are the type of people that once you learn the covert, like I always say, the enemy will send you once you learn the overt, he'll send you a covert. So it's different types. But she was trying to be sweet as pie. But I was like, why am I explaining myself? And someone was like, you know, he saw it before I did. Like what's going on? Like every time something happened, we do taping or something like that, and then it was an issue. It was always something. When you were somebody and it's always something.
Yes,
God is not in that. I can tell you that. God is not in that, because when God is in something, he makes those crooked ways straight, you know, but we're so conditioned to think that relationships are fighting and you got to fight for it and you got to do this and you got to do it. When God is in something, not to say that you won't have issues, but it's different. It's a different type of issues, you know. It's you and that person on the same team. With somebody like that, you're on your own. So yeah,
it's a feeling of them constantly pulling and pushing against you,
yes,
not towards the same goal.
not towards the same goal. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's
And that
good.
is, it's just full-fledged mess, and those sideways kind of comments.
Those sideways. Oh, you gotta watch those comments, Erica. Those
Mhm.
comments said in jest. Those
Yes.
jokes said in jest. Don't you joke at my expense. I don't play that no more. I used to. I'll laugh the first time.
Mm-hmm. Or this is what it is for me. You have an agenda. I've heard your agenda. Okay. Now,
Yes.
we've already discussed the point of view that we agreed we're going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet you are, I sense and I can tell you're steady agenda pushing.
Yes. Because I can just, if we, and this is what I do. Say we disagree on something. You come to me or we're talking and we have a difference of opinion. It's okay. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna articulate my point, and that's it. I'm not gonna go
Mhm.
back. Well, why don't you see it this way? No, because your point is your point, and my viewpoint is my viewpoint. But when somebody is trying to get me to, no, don't try to convince me, because I have my own mind. Now I feel like you're trying to brainwash me. Now I feel
Mhm.
like you're trying to perform. I don't know. Don't go somewhere else with that stuff. No, you're absolutely right about that.
Exactly. And I'm like, I see you.
Good.
I see you. So we have to give those people a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give you a brand new boundary. I
Yeah.
cannot let you in my head. Wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute. Who's it? No, no, no. Take the mask off. It is what you see. The representative only lasts 30 days. Girl,
30 to 60 days. Yeah.
look, you have your 30, 60, 90-day thing, but I always look at the year. I always look at a year. I really do. I promise you.
Mhm.
Because my first set of holidays with you,
Yeah,
I'm like this.
right. Seeing what's going on. And then you get to see their family, the dynamics, even though you probably won't see everything, you get to see something. That's true.
Because that second go round, I'm experience those second holidays with you. And if you told me something was a tradition, or you told me this always happened,
Yeah.
if you told me this was a cousin and this is not really a cousin, I'm just collecting a bunch of information.
Right.
I'm probably never going to say you're lying. You said this. Da, da, da. I'm probably never going to argue with
Uh-uh.
you.
You don't have to.
Exactly. I'm more likely just to look and say, okay, I see that. I heard that. Look, wait a minute. Exactly. Duly noted, girl. Don't let me start writing
Duly
stuff down.
noted. Right. Look, because I do that in my phone. I'll be like, if God shows me something is off with somebody, like Solomon says, something always comes to show you discernment. Yes.
Mhm,
So I'll write a note in my phone, or I'll say a
mhm.
voice memo just to see if I'm tripping. And lo and behold,
Yes.
I do that.
Yes.
I'll be like, God told me not to trust this person, or
Mhm.
something's off with this person. And I go back after it's all, because by then I forgot about the note. But then I go back and I was like, there it is. There it is.
Exactly. Because I never want to get so arrogant that I don't check myself. And
Yes,
so
too.
that's what the note is for. The note
Right.
is for me to double check me. You
Yes.
know, I always start with the man in the mirror first.
Right.
Did I
Right.
misunderstand that? Did
And
I?
we do that so much though, Erica. We do. We go back and forth in our minds. Like, and that's why it took me longer to discern, because the signs were there. It took me longer to, I guess the discernment was there. It took me longer because of emotions. It took me longer to act on it, because the signs were clearly there. So but I was gaslighting myself. I was like, well, you know,
You
maybe
said a whole
she,
mouthful.
yeah, maybe she having a bad day. Maybe this. You give people the benefit of the doubt. People don't really deserve the benefit of the doubt unless they've established that they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we just give it off top.
We want so much for things to work out.
We do.
That's
We
what we
do.
want.
We
We
want
want.
people to believe people are good people. Not everybody's a good person.
You want to know something? I think people are good, but I also think this. I think that they might believe that I'm expendable.
That's good. Yeah.
Hmm. And I've invested into enough people to
Mm.
understand when someone, I'm external to their main thing, and they're okay with me being collateral damage.
Oh,
I
that's
don't like that.
good.
Mm-mm.
That's good. Oh, and that's hard. That's a hard. Oh, you have to be like strong within yourself to come to that realization and be able to walk away. And a lot of people aren't. That's why a lot of people don't do boundaries, because if somebody, it's one thing to establish boundaries, but what now? When somebody crosses them, what do you do now? Are you willing to walk away from that person to
Mhm.
keep your self-worth? A lot of people, they're not. So they stay in those situations when somebody has clearly shown, whether it's a mother, father, friend, partner, whoever, somebody has clearly shown you who they were, and people will stay because, and they know they're expendable,
Mhm.
but something in them keeps it. Hold on.
Exactly. So I do look at it like this in my mind. I don't give kids weapons, okay? What I mean, or immature people, I don't give them weapons. And so if you have proven to me that if I hand you this part of myself, you're going to
That's
be
good.
clumsy and messy with it, I am no longer going to hand you this part of myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to give you that responsibility. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to yell at you. It's not going to be a big blow up. I
I
just won't,
love that.
I won't give you that anymore. Okay. And you might want it, because I've been in relationships with people, because I don't
Yeah.
always just cut people off. Okay.
Right.
I just give them the amount of me and responsibility that they can handle. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you can only handle general responsibility, I'm sorry, general conversation with me, and that's all you can be responsible with, you will never know anything really important about me. You won't know my time, my place, you won't understand a lot about me because you're careless with it.
Yes. You're
Okay.
reckless.
You're reckless. And so I have seen how you handle my information, or I've seen how you navigate through social situations with me, you know, and I leave you with enough information where we can still be nice to one another,
Yeah.
but you can't be irresponsible with me,
Yes.
because I'm no longer going to give that to you.
Yes. And that's really what gray rock is. It's saying
Mhm.
that this person, I can't trust this person with my heart, because God has told us to guard our hearts. But this person has shown me that they really can handle me. And it's sad when you have to, it's almost like you have to water yourself down. You shouldn't have to do that. But with this type of person, they have shown you that they, like you said, they can handle you at full capacity. If I know, I love to talk about, I love to have in-depth You know how us introverts are. I,
Yeah,
I'll talk the weather. Yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean? But I love to talk to people about deep things and things that really matter. But if I know that you in the kiddie pool, I'm gonna let you stay over the kiddie pool, and I don't have any hard feelings against you. But I like to go, deeper over here. So it's just like you said. You just give them a gift. You allow them to be them without causing yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of extra pain. You allow them to be you, and it really frees you up, because now
mhm,
you go
yes,
find those people who want to go into deeper waters, and you let them play in the shallow pond. And sometimes it has to be like that with friends. It has to be like that with different people. You just allow them to be themselves. It's duly noted, and it frees you up.
exactly. Why would I spend my time trying to convince you
Yeah.
about what's perfectly, let's say, um it's a friend and I told them some information. Now you got one time. you
That's it.
you got exactly one time to mishandle my stuff. Okay, now I'm already, particularly at this grown folks age,
Yeah.
I'm already believing that you should have known. I'm gonna tell you one time.
Mhm.
Don't handle me like that. Now,
Right.
if I ever have to tell you again, I'm going to never have to tell you again. No, not never.
Like Crystalline over here said, that's wisdom. It is. That's wisdom.
Exactly. And so I love I can say God gave me this. This is not no Erica foolishness that I came up by myself. If it was just left up to me, I'd be out somewhere doing a windmill on somebody. Okay.
Right, right.
Don't act like I'm smart.
Right.
God gifted this to me.
Yes.
But he gave me the gift of not like arguing, fussing, and fighting or convincing, convincing somebody. This is not a court of law. This is social gatherings, social chosen connections.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But so many times we try to convince people to love us. You know how degrading that is? When you have to fight for somebody to love you, to do the bare minimum. That's so degrading as a person. I just want you to love me. I just want you to treat me right. When you have love in your heart, that comes easy. But when you don't, you find yourself explaining the bare minimum. You find yourself doing all the things that we just discussed. So it really starts with us loving ourselves.
I think that's the word. I think that's a good, that's a take-home word right there.
Mm-hmm.
Do not convince anybody, not man nor woman, to love you.
Amen.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The right people will come along.
Exactly. Where can they find you, Miss Narc Free Living? Fabulous woman.
Right. So you can go to my website, www.narcfreeliving.com. If you're on Instagram, in my bio, my link tree will take you to all my YouTube, TikTok, whatever. It's all there. Ellen, can I plug my boot camp right there?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a narcissist abuse recovery boot camp May the 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. CST, and May the 15th, that's Saturday, next Saturday, from 3 to 5 p.m. CST. So I have some women that have signed up. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get to the root of some things, some people who have gone through narcissist abuse and want to recover. This is the place to be. So if you want to sign up there, go to my page, go to my website, and you can sign up there. Thank you.
All right, listen, I'm going to tell you this. If you get connected with Miss Shannon Savoy, what you're going to get is a blessing. That is what you're going to get. She is a wise woman. Okay? All right, she has some substance in her soul, and that's why I love her. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.